Okay, so we want to do 27 on 7.2, to which we say u. Why am I saying u at completing the square on this thing?
Divide a fraction.
Yeah, because there's a fraction in there and I'm scared. Okay, so I think we can do this if we're slow and not panicky, right? So what do? How do I start complete the square?
Multiply everything.
Don't do that. If you multiply everything by 2, you'll have a is 2. Complete the square only works when a is 1, so I'll have to divide it back out, right? That's a good step for jam everything in the quadratic formula, though, right? If I'm going to do the quadratic formula to this thing, I would definitely advise towards multiply everything by 2 first, because it'll make the numbers I'm putting in the quadratic formula a lot easier. Cool? But if I'm completing the square, I can't. So what's my next step after I complete, after I get a is 1 and complete the square?
Well, since your c term's already on your right side, you can just put blanks in.
Okay, good. I would move the c to the other side, c being -1 in this case, but it's already over there, so I just leave it there. You guys see that? Okay, so I just throw in some blanks. So I've got m squared minus 3 halves m plus blank is 1 plus blank. And now I want to think about this guy as
M plus
something squared, right? You see this? Okay, so what's my trick for getting from here to there?
you take half of -3 halves.
Okay, so I take this and I multiply by a half, right? Or divide by 2. So I'm going to get -3/4 in there. Then how do I get from my -3/4 to what goes in the blank?
You square it.
Okay, I square it, so what do I get?
Negative
9/16. Don't sweat the sign on this thing. What goes in the blanks is always positive because you're squaring something, right? You guys see that? So this step was square, right? Okay, so I get m plus -3/4 squared is, what's on the right-hand side now? 1 plus 9/16, which is how many 16ths? Okay, so I look at 1 and I think to myself, that's 16/16, right? So I got 25/16. Now what do?
And you extract the root.
Okay, so now I'm done, complete the square, right? Square completed, check. What did they actually say? I bet they said, complete the square, then solve, right? So I have to extract the roots. So what's my next step?
Plus or minus the square root.
Okay, so I do plus minus square root to both sides. So I get m minus 3/4 is
4.
how about plus or minus the
Oh, yeah.
square root of 25/16? And then we could fiddle with this, right? So this is plus or minus the square root of 25 over the square root of 16,
So you get 5.
which is plus or minus 5 over 4. You guys all cool with that? Be a little bit slow and careful with those. Write them down as you do the steps. It's easy to try to do those steps in your head and get a little screwed up. The thing you're going to usually lose is that 4 on the bottom. That thing wanders off fairly often for some reason. And you're doing it in your head. You concentrate on the 5 because it's on top and it's important. And you'll lose the 4 on the bottom. All right, now what do?
Then you subtract -3/4.
In case you add.
Okay, so subtract -3/4 is add 3/4 to both sides. Okay, so I add 3/4 to both sides. I get m is
3/4 plus or minus 5 over 4.
Good. Make sure you don't lose the plus or minus, right? Okay, so this gives me m is or m is.
Yeah, it's either m equals 2 or m equals 1/2.
Okay, so either 8/4 or
2 over 4. Negative 2.
negative 2/4,
Yeah.
which will get me m is 2 or m is
Negative 1/2.
negative 1/2. Let's go with it. Was complete the square the best technique for this? Not really. This one probably is better done by either multiply by 2, multiply by 2 and then either do quadratic formula or AC factoring. But we can do it with complete the square. It's just a little bit funky because of the fraction, right? Other questions on this one?